So guys, we are again live on our upgradation of the posture consciousness seminar number 3. And thank you for bearing me and listening to this wonderful consciousness, which will change our lives, and we will raise ourselves to new levels of the consciousness, which is very important for all of us to understand that the highest level of the consciousness is the So I will be live with you people, and we will be discussing now this topic of upgradation of the posture consciousness number 3. So we are right now live, and I'm going to start this wonderful session, which will increase your consciousness to higher, raise your consciousness to higher levels. So the thing is, the final destination, as the people who have attended my previous seminars, is that we have to ultimately attain the smile meditation. That is the most important thing. And to attain smile meditation, what we have to do is to see how our consciousness relates us to the meditation part. So how meditation helps? Mindful meditation. So mindful meditation is actually a greatest form of the meditation. It is a form of practice. It's designed to train the mind to be more aware. We have been continuously aware of our experience as babies and very young children, but for most of us, such awareness has been trumped by the development of an overly active thinking mind. Whenever we whenever we make an effort to maintain awareness of something as simple as the rising and falling of the breath or subtle sensations of the body, we soon realize how quickly our attention has traveled elsewhere. We might try again, still without success, believing now that our mind is just too active for meditation. This is why many people give up right at the beginning. But once you develop this powerful posture consciousness, then you are in actually a meditation. Your head is aligning, your shoulders are aligning, and you are aware of your body, and you are disengaging your mind. And when you know mind goes off, what comes? You have the people who have attended my last seminars, they all know that when the mind goes, the soul comes. So you will be literally bringing your soul when you will be practicing this posture consciousness. This is the same thing. We must be as aware of our physical alignment as the spider is of its integratively woven web. जितना स्पाइडर जब एक जाला बुनती है तो कहीं पे भी वो इतना बड़ा जाला बुन देती है कि उसको उसका एक एक जो मूवमेंट होता है, उसका अवेयरनेस होता है, इतना स्लोली वो बुनती है उसको. तो we should be all be in a meditative state always. And we become meditative when we know this posture consciousness. From now onwards, you don't have to sit somewhere into the meditation, because now you have raised your level. And every time I am telling you, and you will be seeing your mirror, you will be seeing anybody, you will be looking at the posture of that body, and you will always be, when sitting in the train or in the car or somewhere, you will always be aligning yourself and becoming more meditative of the present moment. This is what my actual goal is. The healthy body is no more separate from the mind than the healthy leaf is separate from the tree. As the life begins to wither and die when it is separated from the tree. So what happens? Healthy body बिल्कुल उस लीफ की तरह है जो एक full of life है, तो वो अपने tree से जुड़ी हुई है. But when this leaf, which is fully healthy, as that leaf which is fully healthy begins to wither and die when it is separated from the tree, same happens when the mind lacks the harmony, when it is disconnected from the aligned body. So that mind is not in alignment, and it is like a leaf which will wither away because it is right now not connected with the fully aligned tree of our body. It is only when both the mind and the body are properly connected that they are both in harmony. आपको मेरा मैसेज क्लियर समझ में आ रहा है? Chakras have been described as the vortexes of energy. Distortion of the spinal column from the center line disrupts the flow of energy. Confusion about this may have contributed to many people meditating on the chakras with lifted chests or collapsed chest, collapsed spine, because both these two postures blocks the flow of energy, and the person never experiences that bliss, that flow of energy which he is trying to experience while sitting in meditation. But once you're aligned and properly sitting, you will have a blissful experience, the way I was having in my last lecture. So when we lift the chest, we narrow and close off the back, tipping the vertex of the central line. This is not a good posture, and blocking its ability to be conduit through which the energy can flow. So if you are not properly aligned, your chest is too much forward and upward facing, you are blocking the body's ability to be a conduit through which the energy can freely flow. तो अब आप पूरी तरह अलाइन नहीं है तो एनर्जी आपसे पूरी तरह फ्लो नहीं होती है. But if we truly wish to open our hearts, we must put down the shield. The shield has to be put down. मतलब यहाँ पे आप क्या है, shield आपने ऐसे रखी हुई है, like a योद्धा, like a warrior. So your heart is not open, it is blocked. But once you like accept the circumstances which God has, when you accept yourself in the situations which God has created you, your chest, which is like this, full of ego, comes like this, and you become aligned to the nature and to the God and your body. So if we truly wish to open our hearts, we must put down the shield, both physically and figuratively. We soften ourselves in the front by opening the back as well, allowing the ribcage to rest in its natural relationship to the pelvis. This is proper alignment, and surrendering to the God also. And you are in a blissful state because the energy is freely flowing through you. It is a tragedy of great magnitude that many people grow old through premature progressive collapse and the accompanying stiffness and the pain that deadens the nervous system's ability to experience the exquisite flow of life. It is an even greater tragedy that this separation from the joy of experiencing the life through a vibrant and alive body is occurring in the lives of more and more children at younger and younger age, because they are not proper aligned. Their mind is not aware of their body, and their mind is thinking here and there, and they are not aware of the present moment. This child is definitely lost somewhere in his mind because he is not aware of his body. Notice how these statues embody an inherently natural alignment. Buddha so properly sitting. Statue of Liberty so nicely standing. But it will be ludicrous to imagine the Prince of Peace with pumped up, rocked hard muscles. अगर आप imagine कीजिए कि अगर ये जो Prince of Peace has, I am sorry, this is not the Statue of Liberty, this is the Prince of Peace. You see the alignment, but suppose if this has got big muscles and unnatural strength, will it look good to you? And if the Buddha is not aligned and sitting, and if you see the Buddha meditating in a collapsed hip, it cannot be meditation. If you cannot imagine this posture even, my God, this will not be stable. This, if the statue is made like this, it will fall immediately because there is no alignment of the statue to the sense of gravity, to the force of gravity. So this is what it looks like. Now, how to sit? Sitting in an aligned position is critical. See, she is typing here, and the keyboard is drawn outwards and her shoulders are back. This is how to type while typing in the keyboard. This is how to do typing properly. Sitting in aligned position is critical to true health and fitness. As we did without conscious thought when we were very young. When we are very young and we learn how to sit, we do it unconsciously. But as we grow, we should be mindful of our alignment and maintain a happy dog stance. Notice how, although leaning back, this girl's back is still long and straight, and her pelvis is not tucked. This is how to sit properly while leaning backwards. How to stand? Each of these individuals, no matter the age, stands in a relaxed pose yet does not collapse or overarch the spine. Look at them, beautiful. So nice it is, so nice. So they are standing so properly, so properly. It is great. So the thing is, I think my voice is proper, and it helps to remember that the natural head is slightly forward. This may feel very odd at first, especially if you are accustomed to having your chin lifted and your head pulled back. So earlier it may look very odd to you because you have been taught to stand straight with the chin upwards. But if you stand like this, you are in an egoistic position, and our meditation says that we surrender to God. And this is how we are designed. We are designed to surrender to God and to see the earthly things properly. And we can only do that if you are aligned properly to the Mother Earth, not to the sky. So this is a spiritual as well as physical alignment. The natural head is slightly forward. How to walk? Maintaining alignment while walking will assist in keeping a healthy spine well into the old age. So nice, so nice. The spine remains aligned while the body moves forward on the legs. आप एक प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हैं कि आप एक लॉन्ग रोप ले लें या स्कार्फ ले लें और उसको अपने जो है चेस्ट पे बांध लें, लाइक शी हैज टेकन, एंड वहाँ से एक स्कार्फ का जो रोप है वो ऊपर की तरफ लेके यू स्ट्रेच योर आउट back region like this, and then if you walk freely and fastly, you will come to know actually that your walking will be so fast and so energetic. You will be running very fast if you are here. She's aligning herself properly. This exercise I will be teaching you actually in my lectures. This is when you will learn how. Here the thing is, the Mother Earth has come into action, and she is just giving a reaction to the Mother Earth downwards, and Mother Earth is just naturally pushing herself forward. Her full body is getting a push from the Mother Earth, and she is walking free of any force. She's not using any force. None of her joint is under stress because she is getting a force from behind, and that's great. How to bend? It is important to note that natural bending relies on anterior rotation of the pelvis. How to bend properly? Hip hinging will be taught by you. It is important to note that the natural bending relies on anterior rotation of the pelvis and strength of the legs. The spine stays elongated throughout, held in place by an engaged core. Wow. The key thing to remember while bending is that the spine does not bend, but remains straight at all the times. Spine is straight all the times. Hip hinging will be taught to you in a different practical video. Sitting down and bending to sit. You should, as with standing, walking and bending, the back remains straight when sitting down. So even when you are sitting down, you should always have the consciousness of present moment, that where your body is, and when you're sitting, even then your back should be so straight, so straight. So I will be teaching you these things, right? When bending, be sure you do not lift your chin as your chest is pictured here. What has happened actually is, here she is, although properly back is straight, but she has risen her chin. When she has risen her chin, there is a little sway which has come now. Now back is getting compressed. So no need to raise your chin. Your chin should be rather like downwards. So this is wrong way of sitting on the chair. This lifting of the chin will cause your lower back to arch and the back of your neck to shorten and compress. When you're getting up from a chair or sit to stand, then even you should be aware of your body and you should raise properly upwards. Chin is little downwards. And after she is standing, so proper. The same principles applies to getting up that are engaged while sitting down. The back remains straight and the legs do the lifting. So you can also again use that scarf exercise and again lift yourself up like this. You will get alignment fast. The most common position for meditation is to sit cross-legged on an anchored pelvis with the sits bone elevated on a cushion or a folded blanket. Imagine your pubic bones falling forward of the edge of the surface on which you are sitting. If your knees don't rest on the floor, place a rolled blanket or cushion under each knee to allow the hips to relax. Over time, the hips will gradually release and open. तो आपको हमेशा एक पिल्लो के ऊपर बैठना चाहिए और आपकी जो लेग्स हैं वो थोड़ी लोअर हैंग करेंगी, और जो नीज को सपोर्ट देने के लिए भी आप पिलो का यूज कर सकते हैं और नहीं भी कर सकते हैं. इसे कहते हैं स्टैक सेटिंग. दिस इज कॉल्ड एज स्टैक सेटिंग, which I will be teaching you in my next lecture. The stack sitting. Stack sitting. This is a cushion or a pillow. You can sit. It can be either higher than the one pictured here, but if this helps your knees to come to rest on the floor. So you should always sit like this. Your hips should be little elevated and like this. So that spine is very straight. When you sit on, you can also sit on a chair with your feet flat on the floor. If you do sit in a chair, do not use the backrest. But she is not using her backrest because this is what she is doing is actually a stack sitting. But once I teach you the stretch sitting, there you use backrest only to give a traction to your spine properly, right? Otherwise, normally bottoms back, but she's not taking backrest. She's doing stack sitting. So this is also a good way of sitting. Her pelvis is well anchored. Pelvis is anteverted. And this pelvis is right now the base, and it is providing the support to the full upper body, not the chair, right? So the thing is, my last words, a few parting thoughts are, don't try too hard. Trust that the body will know what to do as you put these guidelines into practice. So what happens is actually, when you will be doing these steps properly, suddenly your body will automatically find the place. Like you saw in my last lecture, when I put that head cushion on my head, earlier it was falling, and suddenly something happened and it was in its place and it was not falling, and it because the body suddenly got alignment. So when your body is aligned, you will feel that bliss which will come and you will be in a meditative state. Nevertheless, keep practicing as often as you can. Notice if you have a tendency when sitting to shift back and forth between being a tense dog and a sad dog. When your chest lifts up, your butt goes down, and while your chest drops down, your butt tucks under. So these all the movements you should be aware of. You should be aware always, but keep that proper alignment. Inhabit the body with the mind by thinking in terms of passive verbs that rise, drop, and sink instead of the active verbs like push, pull, and lift. These cause a body into a tension. You should be thinking about these words like rise, drop, and sink. Engage with the earth. Engage with the earth with your body dropping down and rising back up. So always try to be in the alignment with the sense of the gravity. Let your pelvis have weight. Drop roots into the earth. Always be grounded, because most of the times what happens is actually we are always thinking from our mind and our picture is going here. So always keep remember, always think again and again that uh, where are my feet, and look at your feet and make them grounded to the earth, so that you come into back into the present moment, into a meditative state. Let your pelvis have weight. Drop roots onto the earth. Be grounded. Think length through your spine with space between the vertebrae equal in the front and the back. Regularly pause and park the pelvis, and then feel your back rising behind you. So your bottom should be back and your back should be rising behind you, which means that always remember that your stance should not be like this. It should be rather like little forward like this. Okay, initiate movements from your feet. Initiate the movements from your feet and pelvis, aiming back and down as you back and torso elongate upwards. Think softness, openness, and freedom in your joints. Feel boundaries melting. Feel inner and outer merging. Relax your jaw and neck and drop your chin. Let the soft breath rise and fall away from a place low in the belly. Let the soft breath rise and fall away from a place just low in the belly here, below the zipisternum. Experience the breath in your back more than your front. Whenever you're breathing, what should happen is your back should be lengthening when you breathe in, and your back should be shortening when you breathe out. You should breathe from your back, actually. That is what the God's alignment is proper, that I will be teaching you. Experience the breath in your back more than your friend. This will aid alignment and presence. When in doubt about anything, when you have any doubt, just relax your belly. Because once you relax it, your back lengthens. Fall in love with your body and the peace to be found within. And smile often. So your consciousness has now risen, guys. You have now clear idea what I am going to teach you, what I was teaching you. Now you are more aware, and these two lectures are the most important ones, and now the practical demonstrations with some little theory. First little theory lecture will come, and then practical demonstrations of the techniques will come, and then little acupressure and acupuncture techniques which you all are already using, and after that some twist therapy will come. But most important was that consciousness, that actually you can cure yourself of back, neck, and osteoarthritis pain. And thank you so much to be with me and bear with me. Thank you, guys. Thank you.